Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Saritha for those who are new, and this is the Loyal Maverick channel, so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Today I'm going to be giving my advice on different books I feel like you should read that were helpful to me during the dating stages, of your life. Um, I know that sometimes it can be difficult trying to figure out how to date God's way if you haven't been doing that or practicing that lifestyle for a long time. Sometimes it's hard to decipher if you're dating God's way or if you're dating the world's way. So me personally, I'm trying to practice dating God's way because I just don't feel like nothing in my life have been progressive in any way without God and without me doing things God's way. So let me go ahead and share the books that I like and that have helped me during this time of singleness. I'm not going to say single and waiting because I'm not necessarily waiting. I'm enjoying my life. I'm not in any rush to get into a relationship right now. I am happy. I'm living la vida loca. But they're still helpful because they just help you with self-development. They help you with being selfless, like teaching you and, suggesting different things to you so that when you are in a relationship or when you are courting or building with someone, so that you know how to carry yourself. Also to retrain your mind about what dating is and what it's supposed to be and what it looks like, and just different things that you can work on within yourself before being involved with another person and adding them to your life in some type of way. So my first book that I want to mention is this book by Ashley Brown. Here you guys go. It's called Dating with Purpose. I really love this book. I think it's really good that she was very transparent in the book and talking about how she was before and how God kind of just transformed her life and her dating life and what she found out about herself that helped aid her in dating and essentially her husband finding her. Now she talks about how, she was a hot mess before and how she used to basically think that doing certain things would get her the attention and the man that she wanted, but she quickly realized that she was attracting the wrong type of person. And she retrained herself, she had a renewed mindset, and she started to do it God's way. So that's what I love about this book. You can find this on Amazon, I believe. And if I'm not, when I got this book, I got it for free, actually. She just only had me pay for shipping. So I thought that was really dope. She might still have that option on her website, or you can go visit her YouTube. She still makes videos to this day that really helps with singleness, even relationships. She has a great channel. I love watching her channel, her and her husband. It's a really great channel. She's a really great woman, and I definitely recommend that you guys check this book out. And the second book I want to mention is The 5 Love Languages. I think that this book is so dope because it helps you realize what it is that you want out of someone. And it also allows you to see how you can add to somebody and pay attention to what it is that they like as far as the love languages go. And so basically this book just goes into basically the different love languages of people and just teaches you how to go about, showing that love language and learning what someone else's love language is. And this doesn't have to necessarily apply to a relationship like a romantic one. This can apply to your friends and your family and things like that, learning their love language so that you can be a better person to them. You can be a more selfless person to them and kind of give them the love that they want. And the only way that you can know what type of love they desire is by paying attention to what it is that they react to when you do certain things or when you try certain things. For example, you may give somebody a gift and they may not respond in the way that you thought they would respond, because they might be a words of affirmation person. And you may be the words of affirmation person because they didn't respond in a certain way. So it also helps with just communication too, I feel like. Like it really helps you break down certain things, and instead of just assuming, it helps you, kind of figure out, okay, they didn't respond to this, but they responded to this, so they must be a words of affirmation person, or they must be a person who likes gifts. Another book that I like is called Lady in Waiting. Here it is. I think it's awesome because the waiting part, I feel like when people talk about, single and waiting, it's like it almost sounds desperate, like, oh, I'm waiting on my man. I'm waiting on God to send me my Boaz, but like, if that's all you're doing, if you're literally just waiting, how are you going to be prepared for when Mr. Right comes along? Like, you need to be working on yourself, working on your temple, working on whatever business you may have, you know, working on your purpose in life, like all of those things, your inside, your mental state. Like, are you mentally prepared and ready to be in a relationship? So this book is really great for that, because it's basically teaching you how to become God's best while waiting for Mr. Right. And so I love it because it has different parts where you can actually write. So it's a very engaging book. And it really just breaks a lot of things down, even verses. And it shows you and kind of like guides you on how to love yourself better. I think this book is so fantastic. This can be in the category of a self-help book too, because I rarely find a book that breaks things down the way this one does and helps you really just see yourself in a different light if you may be somebody who struggles with insecurities and things like that. And it really helps you meditate on the things that God says that you are, and kind of trains you to meditate on that on your own, which is, I feel like when you write something down and you read it and you know, read it again, to me that's a form of meditation. And that's what this book does. As you can see right here, it says meditation for the heart, and it even has like the date, time, all of that. I love that. I have a journal. I love writing. I always date my entries because I want to see if I've grown from the last time I wrote whatever I wrote, or whatever problem I was going through. What did I learn, or how have I grown from it? So I think it's really cool that it has like the day, the date, the time, the location even. I do that too with my journal. I put the location and everything because I'm always hopping around. So it just really pinpoints for me in my mind, okay, here in this time I was doing this and I was feeling this way. Now I've grown and now I feel this way because I learned this. So yeah, I really like that about this book. And so last but not least, I have The Weights, which I'm sure the majority of the ladies probably already have this book. If you have, you know, been tiptoeing on the God side and trying to, you know, do things God's way, this is usually the first book that people grab. I love this book. I think this is a great book for those who are trying to abstain from sex and wait till marriage and things like that. It also just really goes into details about how to date, the proper way to do it. You know, it also goes into details about why waiting is important and the joy that comes from waiting and the benefits of it. I really think it's a great book, and I really enjoyed it, and I read it over and over sometimes. Like, I'm that type of person. I love reading so much, and when I find a book that I'm really into, I'll read it about 4 times because I want it to really get in my mind, and also because for me, when I read a book multiple times, I really get something new out of it every time I read it. So I really enjoy doing that so that I can really obtain the information and use it and have it inside of my brain and embedded in there so that I'll never forget it. Another thing I like about it is it kind of lets you know when you're in the like red zone, like when you're dating and you may be new to dating God's way, and it's like, ooh, you doing that now? You know that ain't right now. You know that ain't right. You take it back, son. Take it back. You know, when you're tempted and things like that, it helps you to kind of put the flashlight on. Hey, this is not what you're supposed to be doing, or your mind's going here. You need to bring it back. It's really good for that, to help you when you really just don't know how to do it God's way, and helps prevent you from slipping and things like that in the dating world, in the dating scene. Oh, look at my flowers. They dying. Y'all love roses. My poor roses. I got to get some more. Ain't nothing better than good old fresh bouquet of roses. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you already have any of these books and if they've been helpful to you, and if so, how. Let me know how your dating life is going. How is your dating life going God's way? And if you have any recommendations for books to read that are self-help books and or biblical based books, please comment them below because I love reading. I read all the time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.